Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my bedroom. That's what's behind me. Just like a corner of it. Obviously there's 4 corners. This is one corner of it. Charlie is out in the living room gaming, so I got kicked back to the bedroom to record videos for you all today. I'm super excited to share this with you. I was actually inspired by one of my dear friends who also lives in a bus. It is the Hansian bus. I'll share their Instagram. I always share with her where we find our free campsites and how we find them. So she inspired me to make a YouTube video about it and share with you all as well. So if you're interested in learning more about how to find free campsites with apps that I use and just a couple tips on how I use the apps, go ahead and continue watching this video. So the first app that I use is iOverlander. This app is, from what I understand, it is free. From what I understand, the app is basically people who find locations, like good campsites, and then just share them with everybody. So there'll be like a little review on the campsite. Sometimes there'll be pictures. It'll tell you if it's only for tents or if RVs are welcome, if pets are welcome, if there's water hookup, electric hookup, internet service, just a whole bunch of different little things that it'll tell you about the site. It'll also tell you if it's like a wild campsite, an informal campsite, or like a true campground. Now if it's a true campground, I usually don't really pay attention to it because those cost money, but the informal campsites and like the wild camping, they're usually free places to stay. Now some of these you do have to be careful with because they're technically not like legal places to stay. They're just cool spots that somebody's found and was able to get away with, you know, a night or two staying there. But sometimes, like, if more people continue to frequent it, the cops realize, and you might get a knock on the door. That's happened to us twice. They've always been polite, so far anyway. One, even since it was so late at night, let us stay, and then we just left in the morning. So you could get like a ticket or something like that. My recommendation is probably the more reviews that it has, the more legit the place is, and it's probably going to be a safe place that you're not going to have somebody knocking on your door that night. Also, what I have to say about this app is it does go by coordinates. There's not like an actual address, so if you just type that into Google Maps, it will find the location and take you there. Just type the coordinates in exactly how you see them onto Google Maps and it should work. That was something I learned, so thought I would share. The second app that I use is Allstays. Now this app you do have to pay $10 for, but you get the app entirely. It's not just like for the year or anything like that. You get it permanently. Allstays is great for finding like a Walmart if you just need like a quick place to stay, or if you have a grocery run or something like that. I just open Allstays, look, alright, that's my closest Walmart. Okay, it's this many minutes away, this many miles. Here's the phone number, here's the address. I can call. Always call first to make sure that you are allowed to stay the night. Allstays also shows you campgrounds. It'll show you Cracker Barrels and Bass Pro Shops and Sam's Clubs and Camping World and basically all of the chain stores that let you stay overnight in their parking lot. And sometimes there'll be like little reviews on if you're allowed to stay there or not, or how the stay went, if it was noisy or kind of an unsafe area, if people knocked on the doors, things like that. So it's always good to read the reviews on that one as well. Just kind of gives you some insight onto where you're going to be staying. Also, Home Depot and Lowe's aren't on that app, but if you call, most of the time they will allow you to stay. Now sometimes they won't. It just kind of depends, but we've had some good luck with Lowe's allowing us to stay overnight. Their parking lots are usually big enough for it. And also, unlike Walmart, they do close, so it's quiet at night. This also shows you where your BLM land is, which is the Bureau of Land Management. It's basically public lands that anyone can use. It's free and you can stay, I think, up to 14 days. Now we haven't used the BLM land, so I'm not a pro with it or anything. That's just my understanding of it. Also, you do have to be self-sustaining. All of these places you have to be self-sustaining. The third app that I recommend is Ultimate Campgrounds. This app, I like to filter it for like $20 or less. And let's be honest, it's actually like $10 or less. And then you can look around and see where the closest campsite is. Also, you can find National Forest on the Ultimate Campground app, and most of the time those are free. Again, it's kind of similar to the BLM land. Most of the time you can stay for like up to 7 days, sometimes up to 14 days. Another thing I recommend whenever you're finding free campsites, check to see if there's like a max RV length too. Because you don't want to show up to a campsite and then you realize there's no way I'm going to fit into that, or if it's like tight turns or anything like that. You always want to be aware, make sure that your vehicle can fit. The fourth app that I recommend, and this is more, the next two are kind of more for like GPS purposes and like how to get to your free campsite. So I use Google Maps, and then I also, for number 5, I use Copilot GPS. So I use Google Maps mainly to put in the address or the coordinates, and with the satellite view you can kind of get a view of the parking lot or an overview of wherever you're going, campsite, anything like that, to see how big it is, and then also to see if you can turn around easily. With us towing the car dolly, we can't really back up, so it's always important for us to know if we're gonna have to turn around, if we're gonna have to, or if we can make a loop around, or if we're gonna have to like unhook everything and back in, or anything like that. We just want to know. So I always check Google Maps first. And then for the 5th one, the Copilot GPS, I use that. That is one you have to pay for. It's $30 a year. To me, it's worth it because you can put in your custom measurements, the height of the bus, the length of the bus, the width of the bus, how much it weighs, all of that, and it will only take you on roads that is appropriate for your vehicle. So I never have that anxiety of, oh my gosh, are we going to turn down a road that isn't made for us, or are we going to go under a bridge that's too low, and then how are we going to turn around with the car dolly and all that stuff. So for $30 for the year, it's totally worth it. I haven't had any issues with it. I always have Google Maps pulled up in the background though as well, just to have the two GPSs side by side to be 100% safe, especially with the car dolly. Like, I don't want to have to worry about unloading it like when we're in a city or something like that, to back up and turn around. It's just too stressful for me. Some people do use Google Maps and it works great for them. Awesome for you guys. You are way more adventurous than I am, because Google Maps has taken me down some dirt roads and some sketchy tight turning roads, and just roads I would not feel comfortable taking the bus on. So those are all the apps that I recommend. The next two are just websites. So the first one is freecampsites.net. This will show you free campsites. Again, it'll be like national forest land, campsites, boat ramps, all of that kind of stuff. It might show Walmarts and things like that too. But free places, and then usually super cheap places, or like WMAs, like the camp, the water management areas, all that kind of stuff. It'll show that. But it'll also show places that are like $12 or under. The second website that I recommend is Boondockers Welcome. So with that one, you pay $30 for the year. It's like a membership, kind of like Harvest Host, but cheaper. Basically, it's just family who have land or extra land and welcome RVs to stay on their land. And it might even be their driveway, I don't know. Just extra space for an RV to stay. And it's custom to that person. So if they want you to give them 24 hours notice, it'll say that on there. If they don't care, you can come the same day, it'll say that on there as well. You should always let them know before you come, but it'll tell you that. It'll tell you how flexible they are. It'll also say if you can stay a max of 2 days, a max of 1 month, a max of who knows how long. It'll tell you that on there as well. It'll also tell you what is allowed. It'll have like their house rules. It'll tell you what is not allowed. And then it'll also tell you, sometimes they'll offer like 30 amp, 50 amp water, RV dump, all of that stuff. If you use the electric, I think they do recommend that you pay whatever they think is fair, $3 to $10 per day for the electric usage, which I think is still super cheap, especially if you're not like using your own gas. Sorry. Especially if you're not using your own gas, like to run your generators and stuff like that. $3 a day or $10 a day, that's worth it to me. I do like Harvest Host, and we have used Harvest Host. We do have a membership with them. The things I don't like about Harvest Host, and that's why I didn't put it in my top things, because I rarely ever use it. What I don't like about Harvest Host is you have to give a 24 hours notice, and we usually don't know where we're going until the day of. And also, you can only stay one night. So if I'm gonna go somewhere, I don't want to like get there that evening and then have to pack up the next day, unless I'm kind of like driving through an area and I'm, you know, that's not my destination, I'm just driving through. Then it's okay, and that's mainly what we have used it for. But in that particular sense, then it's just kind of easy to go to a Walmart too. I still like Harvest Host. I don't know if I'd pay $80 for it. We got it before the increase. So yeah, it just depends on what you're using it for. I wouldn't use it if that was like your destination type thing. Alright guys, so those are my tips, and those are the apps that I use to find our free campsites, and I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoyed listening to me talk in this boring background, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And also follow us on Instagram. We are The Roaming Lions. I'll share it right here. So I'll be sharing on my Instagram free campsites that we stop at, and it'll have photos and it'll have all the details of the campsite. Headed out west, so we also share like lots of our adventures and the places we go and just things like that. So if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and follow us on Instagram too. And thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, leave me a comment too. Just take care. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye. So, I don't know if my phone or my camera, that definitely did not work. I don't even know. Welcome back to my channel. Kind of like how I do it. So, and not really how I do it, maybe more like tips. Let's try. Am I so awful at this? Oh my god.